Summertime. All right. Since it's June, it's African American Music Appreciation Month. We're paying homage to one of the greatest summertime anthems ever created with today's episode titled Summertime, episode 235. On this episode, we're talking about what summer meant to us growing up in the 80s and 90s versus what summer means to us today as parents, professionals, and adults trying to make miracles with our own families. So grab your favorite summer drink, sit back, and let's light it up. All
Can
right,
you hear
no
me, King?
filters, no scripts, just the truth. You tapped into the Fiyah Session. So before we jump in, we got to make sure our people's is good. Benji Banks, the man, the brand. How you doing today, my guy?
I'm doing all right, man. Nothing to complain about, man. You can always make some more money, but we're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, I'm good. Got back. It's been a while, but I got back into ministry and been ministering pretty much every Sunday and all of that good stuff, and being able to handle ministry on first Sunday is different. You know what I'm saying? So, back to my original roots of ministry and doing communion and all of that type of stuff. It was dope getting back into that space and doing what I've been doing since I was 19 years old. So that's like my highlight coming into this new week, and then we're heading into Father's Day. So you know what I'm saying? It's been super dope. How you been though, man? Usually you checking on us all the time. You know what I'm saying? Usually you're starting it out, making sure we good, but you know what I'm saying? We got to check on our boy Ken because he's soon gonna be a G-Paw or something. You know what I'm saying? He around there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. The countdown has begun. We probably got about a month left, man, before I become a grandfather
Yeah.
officially. The baby pulls up, as you said. The baby gonna pull up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited, man. But when it comes to checking on people, bro, to be transparent, I just realized lately that I'm that guy. I'm that
Yeah.
guy that's
Yeah.
always checking on everybody else, man, making sure everybody good. But I gotta make sure I'm good, right? Because
Facts.
checking on everybody else, making sure they good, ain't no good if I ain't good myself. So
That's a lot of it does require a lot of energy
yeah, man.
because when you check up on people, some people are gonna keep it a buck with you. Some people gonna tell you all what's going on with them, and that's a good thing in a lot of cases because they trust you. But it is a lot of energy, so you know what I'm saying. But thank God we got the energy to kind of think. You know what? This was important to me. I'm a two-time G-Paw. I always said, God, if you allow me to be healthy when I have grandkids, I don't want to be the one with high blood pressure, unfit, out of shape, and can't handle, you know what I'm saying, the grandbabies. Because they're going to be all over the place. They're going to be crying. And you can't be slapping babies upside the head, you know what I'm saying, because your blood pressure too high. You
Well,
know what
you
I'm talking
can't do
about?
that
So,
now anyway, because it's 2026.
facts, you know what I'm saying? You know, and so I'm appreciative because man, like I know the difference now between a baby just crying because they hungry or their diapers wet, compared to a distress I'm hurt cry. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? So they're totally different, and kind of being back in that space, you kind of learn it. The baby just need, you know what I'm saying, a couple grapes, you know what I'm saying, or a bowl of grapes, you know what I'm saying, and a diaper change, you know what I'm saying, simple stuff.
Yeah, baby eating grapes can be tricky though, because they like the grapes, but the effect the grapes on their stomach, I don't know. I do remember that. I do
That is
remember
a
that.
fact, though. But you know what I'm saying? Releasing that little pressure might help them out, ease them out a little bit. You
I
know what I'm
mean, it
saying?
could, but it also could be a very messy day for you. A very
That's a
messy
fact.
cleanup on aisle 5.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I leave, you know what I'm saying? I ain't changed the diaper in a minute. I leave that to the daughter, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, that is the space you in right now. You get what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing, man. So I'm grateful to God for that for sure, man.
Yeah, and definitely for me too, man. I'm excited about that part of my journey, my
Yeah,
life, man. But again, man, checking on people is one of the things that I like to do and making sure everybody good. But my people out there, if you're the person that always checks on people, sometimes it's okay to check out on people, right?
facts.
Because sometimes the people you checking on, they ain't checking back. And you
That's
gotta realize that, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, start taking notes when you when you got people out there that you checking on constantly and making sure they good, and then they not checking back. You gotta let it fly, man. You gotta let them go because
yeah,
it's in my life I'm looking for reciprocity, reciprocal.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Facts.
I need the energy back. The same energy I'm putting out, I need to get that back. It may not be
Facts.
from everybody, but I'm looking for that. So if you around me on a regular basis and I'm giving you that energy and I'm constantly checking on you and I don't see you giving the energy back, don't be surprised when I mash out.
I mean, this ain't no one way love is a fantasy. What's Marvin Gaye say? That's a fantasy, man. Just I'm giving, 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 and you don't want to get back. Yeah, that ain't happening. I tell my kids, listen, we row in this boat, but when we get off the boat, we all got to carry some bricks because we all got to make this. We all got to build this. And if you ain't
Facts,
carrying
facts, facts.
bricks, I'm looking at you sideways.
Facts, facts, facts. We all in it together. All right, so
Facts.
let's fire this thing up. Shout out to Ryder Phillips on YouTube and shout out to Iran Paul 9778. Shout out to y'all for tapping in with us and jumping in the comment section early. So we appreciate y'all. But let's go ahead and fire this thing up, man, because we got a lot to talk about. Summer is a great time of year. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. It used to be even better, more amazing when we were kids because
Facts.
you know what I'm saying, like it was a break, right? So, I want to start with this question, Benji. So for me, this is the easy question.
All
So,
right.
what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear summer vacation?
Ooh, man. First thing that come to my mind is kids stuck at the house. And we gotta maneuver in a different way. Cause now, you know what I'm saying? Listen, there's some things grown folks do when the kids is gone. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Listen, let's just be honest. Grown folks like to be grown folks. You know what I'm saying? The kids at school, you know what I'm saying? Then if they're in the after school program, they come home to about 4, 5 o'clock. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And you chilling with your honey. You know what I'm saying? There's some things you like to do. You like to get in, you know what I'm saying, and chill out. You got to maneuver now. You got to make things happen now in a little bit of a different way because they ain't waking up and leaving at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning like they is when they in school. So maneuver.
All right. All right. Well, for me, summer vacation, it'll take me back, right? I don't
Mm-hmm.
even think about summers now. When I hear some people talking about summer vacation, for me, every summer my dad would find different places for us to go,
Right.
right? My dad was an over the road truck driver for most of my life, and he drove for a living.
Right.
So he knew some cool places. So we would find a destination and we would take these road trips, man. And every summer it was pretty cool because I went on my own tour, which I'll
Mm-hmm.
get into a little bit later in the show, because I went and visited literally everybody in the family. I was that kid that wanted to stay with
Ah.
everybody at some point in the summer. So
Mm-hmm.
I went on my own little tour. But yeah, my dad used to take us on vacation every summer to different spots, man. And it was always cool, man, because you know, you find out different things when you're on the road with your family versus
Right.
in the house with your family. And you're in close proximity in the car. You got to ride in the car, the van with your siblings, and yeah, life different on the road.
Yeah, I
S-
can imagine
so,
that.
so yeah, that was part of my summer vac. When I hear people talk about summer vacations, but also the summer vacations lead into what we appreciate in this month. Music, man.
Right.
So I want to get into that next, the soundtrack of the summer, because There are songs that are associated with our childhoods, and there are songs that are associated with the summer of our childhood. So, what songs or song instantly remind you of summer?
The first one that came to my head is "It's Getting Hot in Here" by Nelly. So I'm like, all right, it's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot. I want to take my clothes off. Like it flew up the charts. It's a banger. And I don't know nobody that dislikes that song. So for me, that was one of the, if I'm thinking, from a brother standpoint, you get what I'm saying? But it's so universal. It's just a dope song. And I can dig it. I like much of Nelly stuff. But that one was one of the ones I was like, all right, you can't help but hear that one and be like, all right, it's a good summer song.
Yeah, definitely that's a good summer song, but when it comes to me, of course, first and foremost, with us
Right.
in our childhood, "Summertime" by, Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff. Of course,
Facts.
everybody, associate that because I mean,
Hmm.
look at the name of it. And then if
Right.
you've seen the video before, I mean, it's the quintessential summertime hangout, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, it looks like a car show. And that's what
Right.
everybody was used to, especially, for us in the South. If you grew up in Dallas, or around the Dallas area. Back in the '90s, we had a place. We had a couple of places on Sunday. Glendale Park. You know what I'm saying? Big T Bazaar were big spots where people
Big
would
T Bazaar.
would just ride around, show off their cars, and hang out. So that song, of course. But California Love
Yep.
is a big summer song that I can remember
Facts.
when it came out that year. And if I recall, that was 95, 96 around that time
Hmm.
frame. And I mean that song was huge. So
No, it was beyond huge because when that one dropped, remember that was on Pac's new album. So in Cali, and I was in Cali around that time. So that was like, oh, okay. But see, even off of that album, you go to the Machiavelli album and you get To Live and Die in LA. So
yeah,
now
but
those
but
were
that
like,
but that's
major
later.
songs. So
Yeah, but
yeah,
that's
that's
later.
later.
That's
Yeah.
later. That's like
Yeah.
90, not what, 97. You know what I'm
90,
saying?
yeah, it's
Like,
about 97, 98.
yeah,
Yeah.
because that's after he died. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the double CD was a banger. But there's a lot of songs that I associate with summer too. Old school songs like I forgot the name of it. So don't don't be mad at me, y'all. Because if y'all out there, if y'all '70s babies, y'all know some of these songs. Hot
Mm-hmm.
Fun in the Summertime. They have
Mm-hmm.
Cool in the Gang had multiple songs that were summertime
Right.
anthems. You know what I'm saying? In that vein, there's a lot of songs. So if y'all can think of any summertime songs that y'all think about, put them in the chat, man, or
Right.
just put them in the comments. Let us know, because we can't think of all of them. There's so many, but a lot of the summertime anthems had something to do with cars or had something to do with the beach or something like that, trying to set the mood for what you would be doing around that time. So for us, in Texas, and, especially in Dallas, we ain't have no beaches. We ain't have none of that
Hold on.
around.
Galveston.
Well, that's
Galveston is all y'all got, fam.
that's
That's all.
hundreds of
That's it.
miles away, man. That's hundreds of
Yeah.
miles away. That's Houston. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't think about that. But unless you was like Kappa Beach Party, that type of thing, those of us
Yeah.
who were around that era, y'all know what I'm talking about. Texas version of the Freaknik. But like I said, summertime was always about the music, hanging out, and I think also the parties that went on in the summer,
Facts.
because for some reason or another, people find reasons to party in the summer, right?
I mean, you
Weather's
got to.
great. Yeah, weather's great. You got extra time, and people just want to hang out. So, what was something that you can recall from a summer experience? Just say, I'll tell you what. I'll ask you this: do you remember the neighborhood song from when we were growing up? When we were kids and we were
Ooh,
on Rutgers playing football every day, there was a song that everybody used to sing.
I can't remember back. Bruh, I can't remember back that far, man. Good grief. I'm gonna
Okay.
scramble my brain trying to make, but give me one clue and I'll see if I think I could get it.
It's by an artist from California.
Dang, that's a struggle.
Okay, so
Okay, Ice Cube.
no,
Okay,
no. Today
then
was
I'm
a good
stuck.
day.
Today was a good day.
It's a
It's a
good
banger,
guess.
right?
It's a good guess. It's a banger. It's a classic. But we
DJ
used to be
Quick.
no, I'm telling you, bro, we used to be out there singing G thing. Ain't nothing
Oh,
but a
okay,
G thing,
okay.
baby.
Facts, facts, facts.
because shout out to the homie Boo. His little brother Curtis used to be rapping Snoop Dogg's verse. That was his thing. Like
Okay,
he knew the whole verse, you know what I'm saying, every word. So that became our song. That became
right,
something that we
right.
were just outside singing on a daily basis. So I mean, yeah,
That was a
I think
banger though.
that falls into that category of summertime songs that people listen to, and what I'm saying, that's classic, and that stood the test of time, and that people associate with the summertime. So
I would
I think
agree.
that album, The Chronic, embodies summertime. Pop that in,
Yeah,
riding around the summertime, is classic music, not just for the West Coast but for anywhere.
anybody, right. Well,
Yeah.
when Cali drops something, it always feel like summertime because it's always sunny out here. So when Cali drops songs, it's always kind of got that fun, fresh feel vibe to it because we always outside at the beach or on the block or something like that, and it's chill. You know what I'm saying? It's
Well,
straight.
you know what too? A lot of the songs that come from Cali, they always have the visuals, right?
Yeah,
And during our era, the '80s and the '90s, that's when MTV, BET, and all
yeah,
this stuff. They kept putting out all these, you know what I'm saying, videos. Videos became very popular. So like that was the thing, set the mood. You know what I'm saying? You
right.
see Cali, you see sunshine, you see palm trees, you see swimsuits, you see beaches. For
Swimsuits for
people,
sure.
yeah, for people that haven't been to California or never been, hadn't been at that point, that was our reference, right? So when we actually got out there, that's what we wanted to see. Like when I first got to Cali, my first trip out there, I was like, take me to Venice Beach. I gotta see Venice
You got to
Beach,
pull
bruh.
up on it, right? Yeah.
Bruh. And it didn't disappoint. And every time I go to Cali, I still go to Venice Beach. I just
It's
do.
so many it's so many dope beaches out here, man. And that sounds weird when you say beaches because, but it's growing up in Texas, there was no beaches. So when you come out this way, it's like, bruh, you got beaches in Santa Barbara, you got Laguna, you got San Diego, you got Oceanside, you got Huntington Beach, you got Newport Beach, just all over the coast. You got Pismo Beach and all of these different beaches, and you just be like, man, I want to check them all out, and they all dope. They all
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, I mean, beaches, you know what I'm saying? You want to check them all out. It sounds very familiar.
I was hoping you caught that.
Yeah, I already know. See, I already
You
know.
want to check out all the beaches when you come to California. You know what I'm saying? It's just you come,
Oh,
a little country kid. You know what I'm saying? You coming from, and we thought the women were different out here. We thought they was all tens out here. You know what I'm saying? So it was different. That's what we
well,
thought.
Benji was out there hitting them with that line. You must be from Tennessee. Why you say that? Because you're the
And you
only
the
10
only
I
10
see.
Oh,
It was
Oh,
man.
the country accent would get them, dog. They knew I wasn't from here. They say, "Where you from? You don't talk like us." So you always use, and then I kind of lost my southern drawl. You know what I'm saying? Been out here so long, but it's all right. It's all right. We straight.
yeah. You've been out there longer than you were here, so that makes
Yeah,
sense. That
facts.
makes
Right.
sense. All right, Trish Michelle, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi,
Welcome,
guys.
welcome in, welcome in, welcome
Hey,
in.
so
Hold
y'all,
on,
we
wait a minute. Hi
we
guys. What was that?
That was my
let
hello.
leave
Dang.
her be, leave her be. You know what I'm saying? We gonna loop her into this
He
conversation
gonna he
because
gonna start with me, and then it's
I
just gonna be like,
always,
no, like
always. You,
he
you
don't
should
know
know
no
you
this
better.
get
by
you
now.
get buried every time. Just let it happen.
It's
It'll
Yeah,
okay.
come.
It's life. It's
he
part of life.
he
It's
don't know no
just
better. Yeah,
it's just
Nah.
just
part of
leave
life.
it be.
Hi guys.
We talking about this music, man. Growing up for us, we always had a soundtrack for the summer. Every year there was something different, but there were
Mhm.
certain songs that just stood out as summer songs, right? Like when you got out of school, when you were in the summer, when you were riding around with your friends or with your family, like there were certain songs that were just played in the summer. So, my next question up was, what summer? Now this is gonna be different for everybody, but what summer had the best music releases? Would you say from your childhood? Let's just say from your
From my
childhood. Let's just
childhood.
let's cap it
Ooh,
at 2000 and before. 2000 and before, because I mean I know it's a lot of music, so
yeah.
I
2000 and
know.
before,
y-
I wasn't even in high school yet.
Okay, so give
Yeah,
us,
you shoot a young
give
buck on that.
yeah, give us your your best year of music.
Oh yeah, I
Summer,
don't know.
summer.
Ooh.
Ooh, back then I listened to a bunch of other stuff. I was Backstreet. I was
Backstreet Boys?
I was Mariah. I was Christina Aguilera.
Oh,
Uh
man.
I was all of that. I was Boys II Men.
Jennifer
Um,
Lopez and all that?
nah, Jello will never get. She don't get plays. She gets skips.
Okay.
Skip, skip, mid.
Well, I'm
Anywho,
Okay. That's crazy though, but I can understand it because
I mean, I just don't
it's
like her music. I'm not saying it
right,
ain't quality music for someone out there. I just don't care for her or her music.
right.
No offense. But I don't know. I
well,
really can't give you a year because I wasn't like I'm way more into music as an adult than I was back then.
As a kid, yeah.
gotcha.
Um,
Well, for me,
so I
I'm
mean,
I'm gonna tell y'all off the
Usher,
rip.
yeah, I don't know.
1996. Look it up.
I was about to say that, yeah.
1996
Yeah.
had so many great albums to
Yeah.
come out that year, the first part of that year. So that made the summer like easy, right? And for me, 1996, I was 16 years old. I had my own vehicle, right? I was moving about the city, you know what I'm saying? So I had plenty of music to jam because there was so much that came out in 1996. So for y'all that are listening, you know what I'm saying, and looking
Oh yeah, I'm
on,
looking. That was a good,
do
yeah,
the Googles. 96 was fire.
it sure was. But see, I listened to that stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
see, 96 was fire.
Like
Like that
all of that stuff
summer.
I listened to for sure.
Yeah. So 96 was a huge year, but that summer was definitely full of great music. But all right. So since you all can't tell me a year,
I
let
got
me
my year.
okay, so what's your
Your
95,
year,
year,
Benji?
okay, okay.
90, because the year when we're talking between that 95, 96, 97 year, when A Ball, MJG, and all of them was dropping music. The Top of the World album, that was like one of my favorite albums, like that, to listen to that whole album. But I'll tell you one that's a sleeper on my list, and it does kind of go back to flat 90s. But when Tribe Called Quest dropped, I left my wallet in El Segundo. That was like a banger for us. So that was one of my favorites. So I want to go between that 95, 96 space. But if I had to go back further, it would be 1990 around there.
Yeah, Left My Wallet in El Segundo gotta be like 93. It gotta be like
Yeah,
93, 92,
yeah,
93. That's early
yeah,
Tribe.
right.
But yeah, so 96, I think, was the year the Tribe released their third album,
Yeah.
which was a very, very dope album for me. I can't remember the name right off the top of my head right now. But yeah, 96 was a fire year. But the next question I have for y'all is, this is gonna be this is gonna be easy for Patricia Michelle, but it's gonna be harder for Benji because he's older. All right. So which decade had better summer soundtracks? 80s or 90s?
I
Mm,
gotta I
the
gotta go
90s.
90s. I gotta go 90s.
I know we would go.
Boomerang soundtrack for me. It's
Yeah.
always gonna be at the top, one of the top of my
Well, I'm
list.
not
So
talking about just movie soundtracks. I'm just saying like what
soundtracks,
decade
period.
had the better summer songs?
Yeah,
The
I would
80s
say
or the
90s.
90s? Yeah. I
I'm
well,
going 90s.
I figured we would go with 90s because that's when, you know what I'm saying, that's when the music was like super popping for us. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if we go back and you look at the music that was released during the summers in the 80s, they built the music that was put out in the 90s because they sampled a lot of it.
Yes, now
Right.
that is very true. A lot of the samples do come from and originate from the music that was in the 80s.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. So
you had to put
that's
that
what
little
that's what was very interesting when I was doing my Googles and I was looking at songs that were popular in the 90s. And I was like, dang, these music, a lot of it sampled, some of the 70s music, but a lot of it was sampling the 80s music.
Right.
But I know for me being an 80s baby, like I was literally born in 1980. Like I got a good grasp of, all the
A
80s
good
and
10-year span.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then the 90s. But of course, as a teenager, I was listening to a lot more music, a lot of variety of music. Whereas as a kid, I was only listening to what my sister listened to for the most part, because she's, 8 years older than me. So
Hmm.
whatever she was listening to, Salt and Pepper, JJ Fad, you know what I'm saying, LL Cool J, like I was listening to that. So,
Right.
whatever she was listening to. But I had my own records. Like, of course, I was a huge Michael Jackson fan.
I mean,
And my
mhm.
dad had a rather large, a record collection. So we listened to Bobby Blue Bland. You know what I'm saying?
those are some classics, man. Good grief. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
those go back.
Millie Jackson. Shout out to Millie
Yeah.
Jackson with the with
Ooh,
the
she had some
with
wild
the
songs.
with the album covers. Yep, yep, yep. But yeah, I was a big music person as a kid, man. But growing up back then was just different, right? So I want to transition a little bit, man. And let's get into this because this is the biggest part of this conversation tonight. I want to talk about summer as a kid, man.
Right.
Because now that I sit here as a 46-year-old man, I often, think about the great memories that I had as a kid, man, just going outside. Like I said, a lot of those memories involved Benji and the crew
Yeah.
from Rutgers, you know what I'm saying, and growing up in the 90s back then, and having fun. We often talk about that stuff, but it's changed so much, right? Because when we were talking about being kids, let's just say in the summertime, you got up, you maybe ate breakfast, you know what I'm saying, watched some cartoons in the morning. And then for us, we went outside. We was outside
Yeah.
most of the day. Or
All day.
if or for some of us that couldn't go outside at certain points, we were inside and we
Always
wanted
with
to go
trouble.
outside because parents was like, don't go nowhere, stay in the house
Right.
till I get off. But Trisha Michelle, for you in your childhood, and Benji for you in your childhood, because I know Benji's childhood a little bit, because like I
Yeah.
said, we was
We
together
kicked it
most
all
of
the
it.
time. Yeah.
So let me tell y'all this right quick before I go to Trisha Michelle. Benji used to come to my house and come to the porch and sit on the porch because I was not supposed to go outside. But Benji was allowed to go outside during the day. So Benji would come and sit on my porch, and that's when I would swindle Benji out of his
The
out of his
cars.
football
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He was.
So
He's been a swindler for the longest.
this was a daily occurrence.
Oh
So
man.
this is every day he would come over and he would bring his card. Sometimes we would sit out there, we would play cards, or we had the little wrestling dudes. We would sit out there and play, or we would throw the football back and forth. But a lot of times I didn't want to leave the porch, especially when I was younger, because I didn't want to
You
get in
get that.
trouble.
He get that BTA.
Yeah, I didn't want to get in trouble.
Mm.
So I beat it on a technicality because I technically didn't leave the house because I was on the porch.
Now, what was the
Technically.
kid's name whose last name was Dunn?
Quincy.
Quincy Dunn. Tall, yeah, had that funny laugh.
Are we
I'll
saying
never
done or
forget that dude.
dumb?
Done.
Dunn. Dunn.
Oh,
Dunn.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Quincy Dunn was
Sorry, Quincy.
hilarious, bro. I'll never forget that dude. I ain't seen that dude in forever, but he was hilarious.
Yeah, man. We had some characters on our street, man. But let me run down this list of growing up in the 80s and 90s, what people listed as what it meant to them. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So they listed leaving the house after breakfast and not returning until the street lights came on, riding bikes everywhere, drinking water out of the water hose,
Mm-hmm.
water balloon fights, playing sports outside, going to the arcade, getting a summer job, having block parties, family
Mm-hmm.
reunions, of course, in the summertime, and neighborhood cookouts, which we did all those.
Mhm.
Right.
We literally did all those on our street and in my childhood. But the biggest thing I think that sticks out is riding bikes everywhere for me
We was
because
mobbing.
we literally would be 10 of us riding our bikes and we would be all over the place, literally.
Mobbing.
And we would literally not come home until the sun's going down. We know we had to beat the street light home or we was gonna get beat. So but Trisha Michelle, for you, it might have been a little different because you know what I'm saying, you're a little bit younger than us. So those things that I listed, like did you partake in those things as a kid during the summertime?
Well, my dad is 80, 81. I don't know. He's about to be 81 in July. So I got an old school dad, which means the street lights was definitely a thing. So
Right.
anything I did had to be done before the street lights. Um, but for sure, like my parents love to do like backyard little boogies, so to speak, get downs, barbecue. My grandma and my uncle would pull out his band. They would have music going. Like I love that. Like I love going to go stay at my grandma's house. We would get up, clean up, do them chores. 'Cause, don't you step out without that being done. And
Right.
then we will be gone, like outside. Found random ditches and whatever, just doing just whatever, climbing trees. We racing in the middle of the street barefoot. Like the candy house was around the corner, so we over there all day bugging that lady buying something because we got a quarter. Like
Right. Right. Right.
like,
Facts.
it was just running the streets, but in a great way. Like, of course, not so much bikes for me. I had a bike, but we would walk everywhere. Like, and we would just, man, there was a taquito special at Alberto's about a couple blocks over that we would get all the time. Just, it was great to just be unleashed. Like, we ain't got to get up and go to school. We outside, like, and we stayed outside until the street lights came on every day, just to go to sleep and do it again. So
Yeah.
man, that was great times.
Yeah, that was a different version of we outside. When we say
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
outside back then, we was literally
And you know what?
outside.
Speaking of that, I think that plays into like a little bit of the definition. So when people be like, "Oh yeah, you was outside," no, I wasn't at the club. Like
Yeah.
I
But
was
I was
like
outside.
outside at my friend's house, or I was outside. Like I wasn't outside. Like outside. Now it's like you was outside. So for me, I'd be like, no, that's a different outside. That's not that. That's not the same outside y'all talking about. Like y'all can't equate the
Right.
same. Like that's no.
We wasn't at the clubs.
Yeah.
We was out kicking it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me, it was weird because Ken Philip was around then. You get what I'm saying? So, and that was like more like my brother than my actual brother. So we used to kick it and run all over the place, go to putt golfing games out in Mesquite and all that type of stuff. So, being outside was the thing. Going to what was the mall? Was it Redbird Mall? Yeah, it was Redbird Mall.
Redbird Mall. Yeah.
We used to walk to that joint. You know what I'm saying? So it was like hit up the KB toy store and steal some GI Joes like a champ. And that was just how it was, man. I had over 100 GI Joes. You know what I'm
They
saying?
said the thievery.
Man, listen,
Said
man.
free 99.
We was owning. I found a way to get through KB toy store security little panel. And all you gotta do is, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be quick with it though, King. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? It was in that little box.
So first of all, we are not telling anyone how to
You
do
can't do that
anything.
nowadays.
Well,
Please.
KB toy stores don't even exist.
No, I know,
It
but
don't
let's not
exist
try to
no
use it
more.
anywhere else. Okay, don't skip scan at the self checkout. Carry
I
on.
mean, you know
This
what I'm
guy.
saying? That was a life though. You know what I'm saying? I snatched that joint up out the KB toy store package, blah, put that joint in. I remember one time I had GI Joes around my whole waist like a belt. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
that's what we did. It was.
Thievery.
That
Okay.
was summer. That was summer for you, boy.
I think we all, if we're honest, we stole some at some point. Now, some people may not have had that story.
Yeah.
My stealing story only equated to those little Brock's candies that used to be in the store. You know, Brock's had that little display that you're supposed to
Oh,
put a quarter or a penny in there every time you get
Uh-huh.
a piece of candy. Man, I
Right.
used to get the candy and not put the quarter in there, not put the nickel in there. Just
that's
eat the
so
candy.
that's so. I mean, it is, but that's so innocent. That's cute.
Just walk around the store eating candy.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Not putting the quarter in there. Moms be like, "Did you put a nickel in there?" "Yes, ma'am. I sure
Yes,
did,
ma'am.
mom."
Ain't put nothing in there,
Wow, yes, ma'am.
Nah. Yeah, lie to her too.
Mama Boston, you hear that?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, she already know.
I about
Listen,
to say she know.
listen. I'm gonna tell y'all this off the rip. I'm one of those kids where I sat down with my mom over the years and I have
Uh-huh.
admitted to all of the wrongs that I did as a kid. I broke the lamp, I
Yeah,
burned a hole in the floor. Like I told her everything. Like everything that I got blamed for, that somebody got blamed for, or whatever, nobody figured out who did it. I just went ahead and admitted that I did it.
yeah.
Just to clear my slate with my
Okay.
mama. So she can't say that there's nothing I did as a kid that I didn't tell her because I cleared the slate.
That's pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Look at you.
All that stuff we did as a youngins. You know, did you tell her you stole my card, my Brett Favre card? Though.
Yeah. I definitely told her that. I've told a lot of people
Let's
that
see.
story.
Yeah.
That's a nice story. That is a very
It's
very
called.
funny story and very
It's called.
authentic,
Yeah,
right? Because it
it's
literally
hilarious.
happened and then it played out on the show live in front of
Facts.
everybody.
Yeah.
So
And
he
it just
Benji was
unraveled.
talking about the story just for historical reference, y'all. For y'all that don't know, there's a story. Benji was telling the story on the episode about how he had this football card, this Brett Favre card that somebody tricked him out of.
Hmm.
And as he's talking about that, I'm laughing because I'm like, I'm the person who tricked you out of that card.
Brett
Literally.
Favre rookie card, and I remember that joint verbatim, what it looked like, the whole nine, and everything.
And then I
Yeah,
went on to post pictures of that card, of said
yeah,
card,
he
because I
did. He
actually still
did.
have it to this day.
And it's worth some good money. It's worth some decent
Yeah,
money for a little card.
which
It's
was crazy. Which was crazy. So
yeah,
that lets you know the stuff we talk about on the show, it ain't fugazi, it ain't made up. Like we have
Yeah.
real
It's
conversation
not
and
scripted.
we telling
fact.
y'all facts. And that
That's a
wasn't
fact.
scripted. Like because Benji had no idea. He couldn't remember who
He's
it
really
was.
genuinely telling his story.
He didn't
Like,
know it was
Yeah.
me.
your kid over
Oh
there, like,
man.
sound real familiar.
And then he gonna pull the
Oh, I
card
already
up.
knew. I
I
already
know.
knew. When he was telling the story, I was like, yeah, that was me, brother.
Mhm.
That was definitely me. I still got the card.
That's hilarious,
All right.
man.
But see,
That's
it's stuff
hilarious.
like that that we did as kids, man. And we had a lot of fun. Like for us, every single day we were outside
Right.
and we didn't think about, like I was telling my daughter, they were talking about a bottle of water. I was like, as a kid, we didn't know what is that? What is a bottle of
Bottled
water?
water.
That didn't exist back then. Not in
Yeah.
the South. Now I did have a conversation with somebody who grew up in New York and New Jersey area, and they said they had bottled waters back then, and they probably did. But in the South, there was no such thing as bottled water. You either
You had
had
that little juicy juice thing, or
you had
that
the
little
little
Well,
barrel
we had
juice.
maybe
the
like
jungle
gallons,
juice. Jungle
maybe.
We
juice.
had barrel juice, you had jungle juice, you had juices, but
Yeah.
not water. So if you wanted water, you went to the water hydrant. You had what was it? Ozarka. They had the big gallons of water that you put in the
Hmm.
little water dispenser,
There,
but
there we
no
go. Yeah.
small bottles of water. So if you wanted
Hmm.
water, you had to go get the water out the water hose. And the
Yep. Turn
trick
Facts.
that
to it,
hose on. Especially was outside. We wasn't allowed back inside. Go outside. You say
yeah,
you get
Yeah,
thirsty.
you running
Yeah.
in and out the door just wasn't. Yeah, you couldn't do
Mm-mm,
that.
ain't
You
no in
letting
and
the
out.
flies in
You
my house.
thirsty?
Yeah,
and the trick to that is you have to let the water run just a little bit to let the hot water run out, and then the cool
facts.
water would come out. So a lot of these kids don't know nothing about that because if you handed them a hose with water, they were like, "Oh, you want me to water the yard? Nah,
Mm.
that's for you to drink right
I mean,
there."
you
Drink,
could do
player.
that still, but that's for you to drink.
I don't know, man. Some of this water so hard. I don't know. I don't even know if I
Yeah,
would get
Now
nah,
out
this
you
there.
just
water.
became bougie. You was all right.
I mean, I was back then. Just
You
see
be
what
all
happens
right
when you
right
become
now. He talking
conscious.
about I got a new stomach. I can't do that. I can't do
See what happens when you're conscious a little bit. See what happens, what knowledge will do to you. It'll make you hesitant on a few
that.
things. That's what
Right.
you say.
And one other thing I wanted to point out too about that list was the family reunions. Like family reunions used to be
Yeah.
really big, and you knew at some point in the summertime, you were your family was gonna have a family reunion. You were gonna get together. You were gonna get a chance to see your cousins and all the aunts and uncles that you don't see throughout the year. You know,
Mhm.
and it was different than seeing them at Christmas because Christmas serves as a family reunion for a lot of people, and Thanksgiving does as well. But in the
Right.
summertime, seeing your people was different. right? Because the weather was different, like just the energy was totally different in the summertime than it was any at any other point of the year. So family reunions used to be very big, but sadly, a lot of people don't have family reunions anymore, and that's a problem.
I would agree because summertime, all the kids is out of school, so you got to see everybody kind of all at once if they piled up in the car and pulled up on you. Because you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, the kids didn't have to be again, they didn't have to be in school the next day, so you would stay over. I remember, me and my brother, we would stay over at Phillips, in them house. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where all the boys were: Martin, Philip, Barry, Larry, Leon, the whole family, the squad. So we would kick it with them over there. You know what I'm saying? Because all the boys was over there. And so that's just kind of how the routine was. But shoot, man, I can't even remember the last time our folks did any of that. But
yeah.
I mean, hey,
Yeah, that's the way it is nowadays, man. Unfortunately, and we talk about this all the time when we talk about family stuff. When the grandmothers die, the grandfathers pass away, the elders of the family, people kind of lose their way, man. And it's up to the next generation to kind of pick up the ball because at this point, I think a lot of us have fumbled, right?
yeah,
We ain't doing
Yeah.
the family stuff that grandma them would have wanted us to do because family got beef or this cousin
yeah,
don't like that cousin, and we allow that type of stuff to kind of be divisive, with our families. But we gotta do better, y'all. Like we got to get
that's a
back
fact.
on track because you got cousins running around here dating each other, don't know it, and
Lord.
I've seen it.
Lord.
It's a
I've
fact
seen it.
too, though.
I've seen it
Oh, I
because
know.
they don't know each other and they like, yeah, I'm dating this girl. Then you bring the girl over and they be like, wait a minute, that's John Eugene daughter.
Oh,
Like
Lord.
what the?
The
John
name is
Eugene.
crazy.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I had to
No,
put a
but
little
it's a
I
country
had to
name for
I know I
sure.
had to put a little extra sauce on it, right? You got to add some character to it, right?
Yeah, it's some character on there. You did that.
You gotta add a
Your
little
boy
extra
said
sauce to
John
it.
Eugene,
Yeah,
He got some
you
Willie
gotta make it
seasoning
Merle
on
sound
and
that.
them,
you gotta make it
Willie
sound official. You know what I'm saying?
Willie Merle and Johnny James and them.
Yeah, that's a little far.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, that's
Willie Merle.
Merle and Willie and them can go on somewhere.
Listen, listen. I think that'd be cool. Now, this has nothing to do with it. We're gonna keep moving, but I think people should start naming their kids old school names again. That'd be pretty cool. So somebody can name their kid Merle, and I would like to see that. I wouldn't do it, but I
Here,
would like to see
here,
somebody do it.
here's a funny part. My wife's got
Mm-mm.
a brother, and his name is Merle. And his son is Merle Jr. It is hilarious.
Okay, see
Every
they
time I
out
see him,
there.
my Merle, my country accent, I'd be like, Merle. He'd be like, no, it's
Merle,
Merle. I'd be like,
Merle,
it's Merle.
but
Merle. It'd be like,
but they don't call his son Merle, do they? They call him MJ, not right.
nah. Hey,
They call
Merle,
him
how you doing? And
say
they say it proper. So you get what I'm saying? So like me, I'm
Merle.
saying Merle. Merle.
They say
I
Merle.
like my country accent. What's up, Merle? He's like, no, it's Merle.
It's
Like,
Merle.
like,
Stop
what's
it.
Say
up, Merle?
say Merle, say
What's
squirrel,
up,
squirrel,
squirrel? Squirrel.
Oh.
I'm telling you, it's
squirrel.
hilarious, dog. It's
Oh
hilarious,
man.
dog. I'm telling you, and I get it mixed up every time. I'm like, hey, listen, man. I'm just going. What's up, Doctor Pepper? You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's
Because
why
he
you
loved
should just
Doctor
call him
Pepper.
MJ. The junior.
I
It's
mean,
easier on you.
I'm new to the family, so to speak. You know what I'm
Oh, so
saying?
you
So
can't
it's
say MJ?
try to
You
give
ain't
try to
new. You
give
how
try
long
to
we been doing this?
try
You
to
you
give
you
folk a
in
new
there.
name.
You can say that. You
Be
can
like,
say
man,
MJ.
what's that in Dr. Pepper? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Just call it
Oh,
a day. Be like, that's it.
Wow. All right.
Country folks will give you a name quick.
Yeah, that's what
black
I was just
people
gonna
will give
say.
you a
That's why it's
name
okay.
quick.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
quite okay to be
That's what we
given
do.
a name because that's what we do. We give
right,
Yeah.
people names.
We do
right.
that like within the same day of meeting them.
Yeah.
Facts. That's how we
Sometimes it's
Um,
remember
good
them.
and sometimes it's bad though, because sometimes you got a name in a group of people that you don't know you got. Like,
Right.
cause in
that
the
is true.
group chat, when chicks be like, girl, I saw Musty today.
Mm-hmm.
And
Facts.
and they know exactly who
Saw yellow
Musty is.
teeth. Mm-hmm.
It-
Yeah.
all that. I've seen the group chat that women be having, and I just be
Oh, it's
cracking up
hilarious. It's
because I'm just like,
hilarious.
if this what y'all be doing, wowzers.
Now
Wow.
I'll tell you a funny story. Me and the wife just went to Olive Garden, just a little chill out, get a little pasta, a little drink. And there was a flamboyant dude in there with his nails done. I mean, like Patricia, when I tell you, like he had the coffin joints, but with the
Mm-hmm.
pointed tip, and they was like pink and with the white tip. And so he reaching over, handing us our water. Now his service sucked big time. So me and the wife, we sitting there, we laughing like Nails tripping. He ain't even brought no water over. Like
Nails is
Nails.
tripping.
We kept calling
Hey,
them Nails. Like, what's going on, Nails? Like it was hilarious. We was busting up laughing, but I'm like,
see how
that's
quick y'all
how
gave
we
him a
do.
name?
Gave him a name quick.
And both y'all knew who. Well, I'm pretty sure if you would have said it, he would have known you. It's because Nails is pretty specific. But
Yeah,
y'all, that's how we'll communicate too. We let them know, and so
facts.
whenever we mention it, that's who we talking about.
Old
Yeah.
Nails. Like Nails, you didn't bring the wife and no lemons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah. He
saying?
gonna bring you some lemons. All right. You call them nails.
Right? You gonna have a whole problem. They'll squeeze that lemon in your
Oh,
eye.
Facts.
oh, it was hilarious. It was hilarious.
All right. The summertime. Your daily routine. Benji, what was your daily routine as a kid? Say, for instance, 10-year-old Benji. You get up in the
Ooh.
morning during the summer. What was you doing at 10, 11, 12 years old?
So
That's that's
around that
that you can
time,
tell us. That you can tell us
Right.
because
right,
all the other
right.
stuff you was doing, you don't
Yeah,
want
it
to be
was
told.
wild. But see, now this I remember because we lived in Pleasant Grove around this time. So if I'm not mistaken, the homie Casper on Nassau Circle, his pops used to have us in the backyard boxing. He used to train us for boxing. So we used to always go to his house. Plus, his sister was the cutest thing ever. So we used to always be cool with going over his house. But we used to be in his backyard, and he used to teach us boxing techniques, and we would be hitting the bag and all that type of stuff. But what I remember vividly is when because we moved back over there when after everything transpired, my aunt we moved back to that house over there, and he used to have this big old black wok, and he used to cook up fried chitlins, fried everything. Like, and that's what I don't know if you ever remember me mentioning fried chitlin tacos. Like, seriously, that's where I learned about it at
That
because
is
he
some
was a
country
Hispanic
ass
dude.
shit.
It was hilarious, but he used to cook. So we would be in his backyard learning boxing techniques. So we would get up and he would tell us, "Hey, yo, I want y'all up super early in the morning and come over boxing. I'm a cook." And so we would do that and we would chill out. But other than that, I used to hang out with the two white boys, Justin and his brother, and we used to go to the watermelon patch, and we used to get the red wagon full of watermelons and drag them from about 5 miles away and drag them to the house. So like that was like our thing, and we'd be gone all day chilling.
Okay, that's what's up. Trisha Michelle, summer routine as a kid.
Well, first off, my oldest sister thought that she was doing some type of camp type vibe
Uh-huh.
at the house. So she thought she was like, so she had a whole routine: wake up, breakfast, 7, this homework. We're gonna do some math work. She had a whole because my mom worked. So my mom would go to work, and my dad he there, but he ain't really into everything that's going on. So
Right.
she had a whole boot camp that she thought she was running, and it was wild. So we did that for a minute until the revolution began. 'Cause we not gonna do this. So slowly, but weekly, we did not do what she wanted
Right.
because we want to go to the pool in the backyard. We want to go do all these things. So the one thing I always did all the time for one, we play video games. PlayStation was back then.
Mm-hmm.
So we would play video games together. Me and my cousins, like we would all get together. We would all play games, and just hang out. So that was the main thing that we would do. But we wouldn't stay in the house though, because then I would get out. The neighbor about 2 houses down, we all would play with them all the time. So I was like, literally, that was the daily routine. We link up with the neighbors, and we get into whatever we get into in the summer. Like, so once we had the revolution, and we got our lives back, then we would go hang out And then every summer again, my sister would call herself trying to start camp again. So we would have to,
Oh Lord.
yeah, we would until she got on. She got her man. We was like, hallelujah, she moving. But yeah,
Like she gone about her business. We ain't got to get
love you,
up.
sis. But yeah, we couldn't stand that.
Okay. All right. Well, these are interesting for me. I'm telling you, I had a routine. I would get up every morning. Shout out to my dad. My dad's prior military, so I blame him for this type of stuff. You get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, wash your face. We use the
Hmm.
restroom. You do that. That's the first thing I did. And then for me, I would go straight to the kitchen. I'll pour me some cornflakes and eat me some cornflakes with the bananas in it. That was standard, or Cheerios. It
Yeah,
just depends,
favorite.
right? So yeah, after that, I was playing the video game all day long, like
Yeah.
Nintendo, like literally all day long until I got a little older. So my routine changed, right? So as I mentioned earlier in the show, I used to go on tour in the summers, and what I mean by tour is at the beginning of the summer, I would go stay with my grandmother in Waco
Hmm.
for a couple weeks. She owned a beauty shop. My grandfather was a handyman. He did carpentry, built stuff, roofing, all kind of stuff. So I just did odd and end jobs. So I spent part of the weeks, 1 week with him, working with him, and 1 week working with her. So at the conclusion of those 2 weeks, my cousin, shout out to Johnny Holland, who's the linebackers coach at the 49ers and just got promoted. I forgot his new position now,
Hey.
but with the 49ers, he was a player then for the Green Bay Packers, and he used to have a summer camp every summer. So that was 2 weeks. So I would go from my grandparents' house to the summer camp for 2 weeks. And I would stay there with my cousins, and we would have a great time and be cool at the camp and meet all these different kids and meet all these different NFL players that paraded through. And then my grandmother, my dad's mother, she lived in Houston at the time. So the camp took place outside of Houston. So I would go, my uncle would pick me up from the camp and take me to Houston, and I would stay there for 2 weeks. So
Yeah,
by
you was
then,
on tour.
yeah, by then, this is part of most of the summer's already gone, right? This is 6 weeks
Hmm.
into the summer. So I would spend a couple of weeks there. And then my grandfather in Waco, my dad's dad. So I had three grandfathers growing up, so I would go and stay with him and his wife for a week. So literally, I would be gone most of the summer. So you can imagine for some of my friends, like Benji and them, like they didn't see me for most of the summer sometimes. And then when I would get back, they would be like, "Man, where you been? This.
Yeah.
Come back home. You got a different haircut. You got a tan. You got different shoes. You grew some over that time that you were gone. Like all these different changes. But for me, summers were amazing, and I wouldn't change anything that I did for my summers growing up because it allowed me to have a multitude of experiences with different people, different family members.
Yeah.
And I think that why today, like with my family, anybody in my family can tell you I'm locked in with everybody, patched in with everybody because I spent time with everybody literally. So
Hmm.
I think that that's one thing that a lot of kids miss nowadays is they don't spend time with other family members. They're usually at home or everybody's playing AAU or everybody's busy doing stuff in their own lives and they don't get enough family time. So I think
Yeah.
that's the thing that nowadays I would push for a lot of these kids is to have more time with your family, man. Get to know your cousins.
I agree.
Hey, shout
Cause
out to my
that's
daughter though. She on break. She does what she usually goes on the tour usually, but now she is in more recent years in high school. She's doing what the college thing too, and then now she's got cheer and practice and stunt and like all off season and in the summer too. But she didn't. She said, "Okay, let me call my grandma. Okay, so look, they work over here. If I ride with them to work, but I got to be to practice later. Could you get me while they at work, but drop me back off when they get off work, so then I could go to practice, but I could still see you." So she been doing that. She was like, "I'm gonna find a way to see my people."
that's
Yeah.
dope though, because nowadays these kids are so antisocial. It's like, do they even want to
She
want
loved
to
to do
hang out
stuff.
with other kids? So yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually pretty dope.
Well, I think the problem is with that though is people just like the kids follow the adults, right? And I
Right.
think the
Hmm.
adults are guilty of this too, where They feel like because they see somebody on social media all the time, they don't need to see them in person.
See him, yeah,
Yeah.
Right. So we watch people's kids literally grow up on social media,
yeah.
Mhm.
right? And you watch your family members' kids. Oh, little Derek had a basketball game this weekend. His daddy posted all the highlights. So why do I feel like I need to go pay $70 to go to an AAU game? And yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
literally all the AAU games are like $70.
Yeah.
So why would I pay $70 to go to a game to support my little cousin when his daddy gonna post the highlights, right? It's things like that that I think technology has taken away from people, but you need to experience people. Like you need to go see your people, go see your family members, go visit people. You know what I'm saying? Like stop being so antisocial. Call them. Hey, what y'all doing this weekend? Y'all ain't doing nothing? Okay, I'm gonna bring some food over there and we gonna kick it. Is that cool? Oh, y'all can come over here. Whatever the case may be. But again, we need to get these kids, you know what I'm saying, linked back in and patched in with each other along with the adults, but especially the kids because
Yeah.
we had the experiences growing up where we were around our cousins and our family members. Why are we robbing these kids of these experiences when we know how much they meant to us? I'm
People
just
be
not
having their
understanding that.
fallouts. People be having their fallouts. You know how the other adults have fallouts, and then they don't want their kids kicking
I
it,
think people just
all that type
lazy
of stuff.
though. I think
Yeah, I
people
was gonna
just
I
say
agree.
because you even if you have fallout, you have your family, the family that you created. So you
Yeah,
still got a family at some point. Like, and for me in my world, if I don't see them or whatever, I'm hitting them up. Like, what y'all up to? Or I'm like, where's the
right.
kids' games? Like, when is the track meet? When is this? Like, so they experience me like feeling like, okay, I ain't shown up in this capacity, so I need to show up. So that I make sure that I do that, so they see that and they mimic that. But it is lazy because you get so set in, "Well, I'm not about to go spend that money. I'm not about to go do that. I don't want to get up and leave my house." But they know how to make it to the club. So I mean, what's
yeah.
important?
That is crazy though. Yeah, but I agree 100%.
And one thing I want to point out too before we move on is these kids don't have the freedom that we did. And it's not their fault because there's so much
Yeah.
going on in today's time that,
Yeah,
like our parents used to just let us roam. Like we would literally leave,
we be
especially
miles up the
maybe not
road.
during the week all the time, but for me, Saturday morning, I'm getting up. I'm probably gone most of the day Saturday, right? Riding
Yeah,
around over people's house, playing the game in somebody's backyard, shooting hoops, over here at this field playing football, just moving around from place to place. Maybe go home to get some water, but a lot of times we didn't even go home and get water. We would literally have people in the neighborhood that knew us, and we would just stop by their house and just knock on their
get
door.
some
Mr.
water. Yeah.
Jones, Mr. Jones, can we use your water hose to get some water right quick because we thirsty? We
Hmm.
over here at this field playing football and just line kids up, and we just be out there in Mr. Johnson yard. He'd be like, "Don't get out, don't get in my garden, don't step all over here. Here, y'all can get water over here." That type of stuff. The neighborhood
Yeah.
feel is gone because most people don't even know the people in their neighborhood because I'm telling you, my sons had friends in the neighborhood that they met when they went to school over here. That these kids have been around us, and we've been in this house almost 20 years, and I don't even know these kids. I ain't never never seen these kids
That's fact.
before, and these kids been here the whole time too. So that is crazy. The fact
Right.
that it's people right down the street that I didn't meet until the pandemic happened when everybody was stuck in the house and we started, walking around the neighborhood, going for walks and things of that nature. And then I had a guy that went to high school with me that lived around the corner and I didn't I didn't even know it. Like
Crazy.
literally, we talk on Facebook every day and he lives 1 block away.
That's crazy.
Literally.
I mean, that's interesting because like when you move into a new neighborhood, like we did, I still don't know half the people around here. So I'm
It
guilty to a
happens over
degree. So
time.
right,
Yeah. But these kids can't go outside and roam because people snatching kids, right?
Yeah, there's
Like
yeah,
way too much going on now. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
people snatching kids, people weird. They allowing pedophiles to move in the neighborhoods, even though they notify you if you have the correct apps and things of that nature. But not
yeah,
everybody has that to be
right.
notified. So yeah, you just have to be more vigilant. But there are neighborhoods where I do see kids riding bikes, where I do see kids playing outside, and it's
that's
refreshing
how
to
they
see
do
that,
over
right?
here.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Right.
refreshing to see
It's
neighborhoods like
good,
that.
yeah.
Makes me happy. Makes me happy to see that.
Makes
So
the neighborhood feel like it's safe, so to speak.
yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So I want to transition now because, we're all adults. So summer means something way different for us as an adult. So now it's, gone from the fact of, our parents being responsible for shaping our summers to now we shape the summers. Now we shape the memories that our kids will have of the summer and what goes on. So, Trish Michelle, as an adult now, how has your view changed from when you were a kid to you being an adult now in the summer? Are you still excited about the summers?
It's a yes and no, because I'm excited to not have to get up and take not one single kid to school.
Right.
I'm excited that I could sleep in a little bit longer in the morning before I go to work. I'm not excited about the grocery bill. Um, I'm not excited about the increase of expenditure when it comes to the food. Not at all.
Yeah.
I am excited that a lot of the things that I would still have to have taken care of as far as in the house, all I do is have a list of things on, that list on the fridge. There's a list on the wall that everyone wakes up to with their name and something that they need to do. Good morning, here you go. So I
Right.
do love that too, because in the summer, y'all had all day to do what I said. So when I come home, it should just be
It better
beautiful,
be done.
beautiful
Right.
around here. So I
Right.
do love that there's just so many hands and things to do. I just hate how expensive the summer gets as an adult when it's a bunch of kids that are home. But I can say I do love that I do get the opportunity this is where I get to take the trips. Like, okay, let's do this. Let's go do
Right.
that. Let's like we're gonna go to SeaWorld. We got some other things that's going on that we were gonna do and possible cruise. This all these different little things that we can take the time to do and work around in there and we ain't gotta worry about school. So, I like it. I just hate how expensive it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. You triggered me. I just want to let you know when you said I've been gone all day. Y'all had all day to get this stuff done. My mind went back because I heard
You
that
heard
too
you heard
many
your mama
times.
say that, huh? You
I
heard your
heard
mama
that
say that.
so many times,
I had
man.
all day.
Like he had all day,
Right.
and I spent most of the day playing the video game and doing all this other stuff, and then try to do the stuff that she asked us to do at the last minute before she gets there, just to
Mhm.
make sure that it's done.
And
So
I didn't even care. That's fine. I don't care if you waited to the last 30 minutes. Just make sure when I walk in that
Make
door,
sure it's
you're not
done.
doing
Right.
no. Like I used to tell my son that. Like when I don't know, because he would do it early and supposedly. I did it early and it got back dirty. Well, wait till right before I get home since it got back
Right.
dirty.
it could be
Like
like if you told me to vacuum the floor, it's not gonna be as
possibly,
vacuumed.
but am
You
I
know what I'm
gonna
saying?
believe you? Am I gonna believe you?
I
No,
mean,
no.
I
So
vacuumed it
therefore, work
at 10
smarter, not
a.m.
harder, and vacuum before I get home. I don't
Facts.
care
Yeah,
what you're
Make sure
doing.
it's done. That's all I
yeah.
care about.
You gotta have the vacuum lines. It's like mowing your yard. You gotta have the lines on the floor so she can see the evidence that it's been
That's how
vacuumed.
Well, now
that's
we
how you
have
get away with
cameras.
it. I see you laying around all day.
I'd be like, "No, you did
It's
not."
on my phone.
Survey says you are a liar.
Facts. Facts. But yeah, it's definitely different as an adult. So Benji Banks, the man, the brand man, talk to me about what's different for you as an adult in the summertime, man. You excited about it? Is it more stressful, more enjoyable?
Well, for me, because being a business owner, the kids got to work, so they run pretty much the shop. They all split days, so I don't have to be there every day early in the morning or whatever, right? And then on top of that, it gives them that opportunity to make their own money. If they don't have a regular job or somewhere where they can work. Like for me, that's like this is where you're gonna get your experience from. Go work. I don't want to hear you complain about money. Go take your behind up there and go work. So, but then also for me, it makes it a space where everybody's out. So, hey, we're going to the beach today. The kids
Mhm.
are already here. So, and it doesn't have to be Saturday. You get what I'm saying? We wait the whole
Ooh,
week
yeah.
till we go. It's like, yo, like, Monday, hey, Joe, you work in the shop today, so and so, so we about to go down to the beach, boom. And then we out. We ain't got to wait on nobody. We ain't got to second guess nothing. It's like, boom, we can go take off. Whereas if the kids were in school, typically you have to wait for them to get home to kind of do a lot of stuff. If it's just me and the wife, it's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? But we'd like to take the kids places to kind of get them out. So it just makes it a little bit easier for us in that space. But I kind of enjoy the summer just a little bit, except for the morning time because they all there.
Yeah.
They all there. Yeah. And things happen in the morning. So.
Yeah, it's quite different for me at this point in my life because when the boys are here and baby girls here,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's fairly quiet in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody usually kind of sleeps in, unless they have something to do, up and about. So when I've been going to the office this summer,
Mm-hmm.
so far. So yeah, when I get up and leave, it's quiet.
Right.
Everybody's sleep.
Yeah,
So
same.
I don't see the hustle and bustle until I get to work and things are going on and I see, look on my cameras and I see action. I see
Yep.
people leaving and people, outside and doing things. But it's fairly quiet and I don't enjoy it as much as I did as a kid, of course. But what I am looking forward to is, seeing them going to the stages where they're adults now, to see them and what they utilize their time within the summers,
Mm.
right? And of course I'm about to be a grandfather, so
Oh
I want to
yeah.
see what the grandfather action be like in the summer. I'm trying
Yeah.
to see what
Yeah.
that be like, to
Yeah.
be able to have the grandkid in the summer, take the grandkid to the beach, and of course as a grandparent, you definitely try to think of things that you may have missed with your own kids and make
Very
sure that
true.
your grandkid doesn't, what I'm saying, miss out on certain things. But my kids experienced a lot, but there are certain things that I wish I would have spent more time doing. But unfortunately for me, I was a young parent and there were
Mm-hmm.
some things that I
Yeah.
just couldn't afford back then.
Very
Right?
true.
Until later
That's
on.
true.
So we're still chasing the elusive Disney trip. So we're trying
Ah,
to we're trying to get, now the problem is getting everybody's schedules to align up
Yeah.
mhm.
where we can
Yeah.
actually do that. So yeah, I know some people might be like, y'all still ain't been to Disney. No, we have not. It's been difficult
Dang.
because over the years that my boys were like in junior high and high school, they were playing football the whole time. So they had
Right.
summer
Yeah.
workouts, they had training. So we just didn't have time, right? So now is the time. You know what I'm saying? And of
It
course,
Right.
is. Yeah.
people might misunderstand the fact that, a Disney trip is not cheap, right? And
No.
especially if you got, 5 or 6 people you're trying to pay for the trip for.
Go,
Um
go, go on and spend that G.
it's a G.
Shoot. G,
Try
what you talking
try,
about?
try by three,
Depending on how
four.
many kids.
He
About how many
gotta
kids you
catch
got.
flights. And
Yeah.
then
Oh
he gonna
yeah.
want to do
Okay.
both Disney and California Adventure if he coming to
Mm-hmm.
Cali.
Oh
So
yeah.
then, like,
It's
Yeah.
on average $3,000 for a family of
Yeah.
five.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. Yeah.
So
Go
so
on and
but
spend that.
yeah,
What's the
but
new
so now
song
it's
out?
just a
Spend that.
yeah, that's a whole different ball game right there though.
hey, you
Shout
go
out
to
to
the three
them.
thousand, you need a scammer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, a scammer might be able to help you in this instance.
Scalping tickets in this
Do
joint.
not hit me up, scammers.
Whoa. Yeah.
Don't hit. I mean, should they be hitting you up?
I
Opposite day.
mean, yeah. Facts. All right, but yeah, so there's a lot that's different as an adult, but at the end of the day, this is what we spend our lives waiting for. Remember when we were kids and we were like, I can't wait to grow up because I got
Yeah.
Mm.
all this stuff I want to do. Well, now
No.
here you are, an adult, wishing you could go back and be a kid again.
You
Oh
didn't
man.
realize it cost
I
so
wish I
much,
could
huh?
just sleep in the summer and
Facts.
just, wake up to my
Mm,
little chore list and just go
mm,
outside
mm,
and hang
mm,
out.
And
Cost
sit and
bread
talk
to
on the
do everything.
phone all day. Don't have to
Man, I for
pay.
sure used to be on the phone.
Oh
Mm.
yeah. Oh
For
yeah. That's when
sure.
I used to call all y'all girlfriends in the summertime.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. you get bored, just start calling all kinds of girls,
Yeah.
just get all
Mm,
kinds
mm,
of
mm,
numbers.
And
You know what I'm saying?
you ain't gotta get off the phone like
mm,
that
mm,
late
mm,
night.
Mm-mm.
That was that
mm, mm,
pillow talk session for real.
mm.
Shout out
With the
to the
music playing
people.
in the background.
I mean, always you gotta have a soundtrack. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
got to, it was in your low voice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
you
know,
know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up,
yeah.
girl? What's going on with you?
What's up with
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, what y'all got
Yeah,
going on today over there? Tell your mama I
you know
say
what I'm
hello.
saying?
Tell your
Yeah,
mama I
tell
said
her,
hello is
say, yeah, tell mama.
crazy.
Yes. Hey, you know
Yeah,
what?
that's how you
So,
get in good. If
hold
you
on,
get in
hold
good
on.
with the moms.
Let me tell y'all something. Sidebar for a second.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
As a teenager,
mm-hmm.
I had the game down pat. I'm
Oh
telling you,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So this is my thing, and I've told countless people this story. This is what I used to do. I used to work at Sears at Redbird Mall, right?
mm-hmm,
And of course, you know, families come in and out of Sears all the time. People come in there with their kids. So there will be families come in with their teenage daughters. What I would
mm,
do, you know,
mm,
being the young gentleman that I am,
mm-hmm.
well, that I was.
Oh,
So I
uh-huh.
I would you know, approach the parents. I would, you
Well,
know, if it was a dad, I would approach the dad and how you doing today, sir?
what's
My
up,
name's
Pops?
Ken. You know what I'm saying? Got my badge on. First of all, do y'all need any help finding anything? Okay, cool. You don't. I saw your daughter, thought she was beautiful, and I just wanted to know if I could get your permission to talk to her to maybe get her phone
Uh-huh.
number.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing with the
Yeah,
kids. Same thing with
legit
Look,
stuff for it right
and
there. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
same
got
thing with
you got a job. You got a
yes,
job.
yeah.
That brother got a
I'm
job.
gainfully employed, right? You know,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
but the dads, it was hit or miss. The
The
moms,
moms, easy work.
I was batting 1,000. Like the
Easy
moms
work.
just they loved it. It was even moms where the daughter was like, I don't know, but the mom was like, girl, yes.
Girl, you should date him. Easy
Not
work.
girl, yes.
Yes,
It was
yes.
easy
Not
work.
the same.
The mom,
Mm-mm.
hey, on the cool, it was some of the moms that was like, girl, if you don't take this number, I might.
I know you lying.
Patricia, listen, you
I'm
should
not.
know
I'm just
this.
not the same. We had that a couple of things happen for one of my little acquired nieces, and I was like, "Get your ass." I I was like, look at him. He about to try to come talk. All right, well, I already know he about to come say something. Like I already know.
Got the
I
whole
already see it.
swag on,
Then
right?
on the opposite end, it'd be my son, the girl. Tell your mom I said, and he telling me, oh, she said hi. I'm like,
Yeah,
stop telling me these heifers said hi. I do not care. I said, because I'm not gonna say hi back. I don't want to say
Mm.
hello.
They
yeah,
trying to get in good.
and
And
then
that's
I
why.
can
So stop saying
and
hi to me.
and then I would they would do the same thing with me, and then I would say, you know what, my mama said hello. My mama said what's up.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah,
I
That's
ain't
lie.
really
easy
said
work.
hello. Cause I'm
No,
not,
she really didn't.
I ain't
But
said hello.
she might didn't. But you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to my mom. My mom is one of the sweetest people ever. And people who know her know that I'm telling the absolute truth. And
Mm-hmm.
she just was friendly and talked to all these young ladies and made these young ladies feel like they actually had a chance. Some of them didn't have a chance at all,
Mm-mm.
but she was nice to everybody. So they felt like
They had a shot.
they had a shot, right?
Mm-mm.
Because you know, hey, Miss Shirley was so nice to me. She likes me. You know your mama like me, right? Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
My son had one and she didn't say hi. I said, don't bring her back here. He said, what? I said, she didn't say hi, don't bring her back here.
But when that one pop up, I'm telling you, it's easy work.
No,
Patricia,
I know like a couple. I don't not talk to everybody. I just don't want to talk to your jump offs. Don't bring
right,
your jump
right.
offs here, and I don't need to talk to your jump offs on the phone. I don't need them to say hello to me. I know the
Not all
difference
of
when
us.
when it's somebody he's really fooling with. Oh, I know what that looks like.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah,
how are you,
yeah,
girl? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, and you know what?
We and the men know, the young fellows know, because we were taught if you bring them to moms. Now, see, it's different for me because I had to bring them to my aunt.
Yeah,
But it's like, if you could bring them in a mom and moms like her, oh yeah, you in there good.
he only got two,
yeah,
three
but that's
that
what
I
I was
like.
gonna say. But that's what I was gonna say too, Biggie. Your mom or your sister or whoever you
Mhm,
had vetting these girls could
mhm.
tell the difference between the ones that you should talk to and the ones that you shouldn't.
Right,
Yeah.
Because again,
right.
my mom was batting 1,000 because every chick she told me that I shouldn't talk to, They ended
Was
up
a
being
mess.
terrible. They ended up
Man,
being a mess.
I'm right on right now.
I'm
And
knowing. I'm
and the
knowing.
And
two that is his friends that he ain't got no desire like that. They like him, and I could tell. And they are some
Right.
great women. And one of them now, she got her own business, real estate, some other stuff. She just got engaged last week.
Oh,
I said, look at what you did. Look what you
messed
did.
it up, huh?
Look what you did. She left, went to college, came back. She
Mm,
she
mm,
loved
mm,
her some him in high school, but he just did not see it.
mm. See, I had one, and it's some girlfriend. If I mention the name, Ken, you would know who I'm talking about. My uncle stamped and approved her the first day he met her.
man, put her name out there. Go ahead.
You remember Nicole Seals?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there you
Okay,
go.
okay. I,
Yeah. Of
yeah.
course, everything transpired after that was a little different. Yeah, a little wild, but yeah.
Okay. Outside
Yeah, everything went different,
for the
you know what I'm
street.
saying, after a while, but that was it. And her
Yeah.
daddy did not like me at all.
I don't recall having any girl that I talked to having the dad didn't like me, right?
Yeah.
Um and now I did have one young lady who was Hispanic, and her dad told me straight up, flat out. He was like, "I like you as a young man, but I want my daughter to date a traditional Mexican guy."
Yeah.
So, that I don't have an issue with you, but I just want my daughter to date another Mexican. So I
Right.
was like, cool. Let me get some of them. Let me get some of that food though before I leave, though. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Mhm.
Trying to
Like,
tell you.
since I ain't gonna be returning, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and get that plate to go.
For
But
real. Pack it out.
They could cook. Yeah. You know what I'm
but
saying?
hey,
They had to go.
at one point, like that young man on that man said, "I want to be Mexican." Why you want to be Mexican? Because they eat
He's been burnt for
quesadillas.
50 years.
Hey man, I like the food, man. Come on.
Right.
Nah, but
Hilarious.
seriously though, shout out to my mom, man. My mom told me
Hmm.
every last girl that was bad for me, and she was right every single
Right.
time, and
And
I
we be
just
knowing.
refused to listen. Had,
Yeah.
had to find out for myself, which is, it's life lessons, but again, that's part of the growth process, right? We live and we learn, and
Bought experience, huh?
yeah, and the
Yeah.
summers were very, were very tumultuous with the learning, as especially as a teenager, because I learned a lot of lessons in the summer.
Mm.
A lot of lessons, trust me.
Me
But
too. I got evidence.
yeah,
I got a
climbing out of
scar. Yeah.
windows. Yeah,
Yeah.
climbing out of
Yeah.
windows,
I
my
got
guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It
Oh.
was it was rough. It was
Yeah.
rough. I
All right.
still remember.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah, he got trauma over there. Big
Yeah,
time.
big time.
Man, listen, we was in everybody's house.
I'm sure.
Terrible.
Just a Roger. Take your ass home.
Not terrible. Charles Barkley, terrible. Just
Terrible.
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 Man, listen, man, it was crazy. Long as pops and moms went to work, it
Now,
was
I
it
ain't
was
gonna lie to
chaotic.
you. Let's talk about that for a minute, because some of y'all out there was wilding in the summer, and y'all was having a whole bunch of action in your crib while your
Mm,
parents was
mm-mm,
out. There was a lot of
mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
pregnancies. There's a lot of
Oh yeah.
pregnancies that was created in the summertime. Babies that was
Because there was a
created.
lot of the house parties was
Mm,
happening. The
mm-mm.
kick its and kickbacks was brewing
You
in
Man,
the
better
summer.
believe it.
facts,
We
facts.
had a
Y'all
lot of
gotta be
fun at your
gone.
favorite girl's house.
Mama come home at 4. You got to be gone by 2:30. You got to be up out of
Mm-hmm.
there. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
shout out to the people who was wilding, super wilding. I ain't gonna say no names, but Benji knows there was some
Mm.
females
Oh
who grew up
yeah.
around us who
Oh
would
yeah.
have a house full of guys in the
Oh
summer,
yeah.
That is
and
insane.
A house full.
it was railroad tracks in that thing.
I'm sure.
Man, it was I still remember very vividly a lot of them moments.
Hey,
Yeah. Philip used to get up. Philip used to get us into a
And
bunch of
Philip used to
houses.
screw drive.
Man, listen. Philip could
listen.
pull any girl in Lancaster. Any one of them. They all and don't add my brother in there. Like, yeah, it was forget it. And we was in a bunch of houses. I know what y'all paint looked like. I knew everything. I knew
He knew
Yeah.
the direction
what
to the
kind of
bathroom.
knew what
He
kind of
ain't even
gun your
asked for
mama
it.
had. I knew what. Yeah, we knew everything.
that is wild. The fact that people would go in people's houses in the summertime and be all in their house, all in their parents'
All in
room,
their crib.
Man,
The girls was wild. They used to let
going
us
through
do
medicine
anything we want.
cabinets, all kinds
Man,
of
we,
madness.
we found all kind of stuff.
Man. Yeah, well, we ain't gonna go too much. We gonna go too deep in that because some of these people out there probably, you know what I'm saying, get wind of that and they be like, what y'all was talking about? Golly, y'all telling everything. We don't want to be like some of these athletes that get on these podcasts and be telling
man,
all of the NBA secrets behind it, and
man.
the other players be
Listen,
like, man, why y'all telling them that?
fathers, take
Right.
care of your daughters.
Say, man.
Fathers, take care of your daughters. Let
And
me tell
it's
you
and
something.
and it's ironic that Benji got all them girls over there. So
You
yeah.
better believe it. So I know, and that's why I'm done
You
very,
gonna
very, very
reap
dogmatic.
what you sow.
Whoa.
And he
Very, very,
said,
very very,
knock
very,
on
very
wood, because
dogmatic.
now you got to watch your daughters. Uh-huh.
Jesus in school. I don't like none of them. Do you hear me?
Mm-mm.
I don't like his swag. I don't like nothing about him. His shirt, whack. His pants, whack. The way he talks, whack. The
Whack.
way he speaks, whack. All of it. You get what I'm saying?
Well,
I'm
she
just
told
saying.
you
That's
she
just
told you to knock on some wood because all you knew from back then was they
Right.
was trying to knock on your wood.
Uh,
yes. And we experienced a lot of things as some young fellows.
Yeah.
even
All
some
right.
of the even some of the older ladies. Yeah, they was fun too.
Well, I mean, I do tell the story that's a absolutely fact. That's absolute fact. Absolutely true.
Hmm.
As an 18-year-old, I did date a 36-year-old woman. What
Yeah.
people have all these questions about that. I don't know. I was 18. Do you think I was asking this lady all these questions? No.
Mm-mm.
No.
I got a phone call from my son when I was at work today. And
Mm.
I answered him, and he was asking me something else. And then he goes, oh yeah, mom, one other question. So would you be mad
Mhm.
if I talked to a woman that was older than you?
Mm.
I said, absolutely not. And he was like, okay,
Mm.
yeah, I figured.
Mm.
All right. He was like, but why? I said, I'm not doing that grooming and trauma later down in life. No, we're not doing
Mm.
that. Absolutely
Mm.
not. Nope.
Mm.
No.
Mm.
No.
Ain't that
But
something?
it's funny that you just mentioned that right now because he was like,
Yeah.
we know. No,
We've all, Patricia, we've all experienced it.
You know what though?
I'm just telling you.
I'm a soccer in
I'm gonna tell you this, and I've noticed
Mm.
this over
Mm.
the years we've been doing this show. Your son bears a striking resemblance to me in a lot of ways. Like the stuff that you talk about, I'm like, this dude is reliving my life out
man.
there because a lot of the stuff you tell us about him, I'm like, I did that.
Uh-huh.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
get him.
yeah. I,
Yeah.
I I'm just saying, Patricia, you got a young fella, and I'm telling you, yeah, it gets interesting, and he gonna take a liking to whatever he likes, and the reason he asking you is probably because he like her.
Look,
He like a pretty much.
the
He
reason
probably
that he's
like her.
asking is because you didn't already pass the phase of figuring out and whatever you already communicating in some type of way. I ain't stupid.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah.
we'll see. But
Mm.
he don't hide nothing from me anyway. So
Yeah.
he'll be
Mhm.
saying something.
Facts, 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 facts.
You could fool
All
around and
right.
have a baby.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't
Don't
you
do
ever
that.
in your knock on everything because absolutely not. I rebuke.
Absolutely not.
I
Yeah.
I
rebuke.
was I, I was blessed. I knew when leave him alone. So yeah, it's
Mm-mm.
good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, all right. So before we close out, I got one final question, right?
Mhm.
And put some thought into this. If you could relive one summer of your childhood, which year would it be? Like what age were you and
Mm.
why? Right.
Me,
If
that's
y'all
easy.
okay, well you go first then. Go ahead.
When I left Texas and came to Cali, and I moved out here with my uncle and my aunt, that first summer, because I left Texas March 12th, 1997. Came to Cali. That first summer was the first time I got to experience probably a peaceful atmosphere. They did fun stuff. They did non-gangster get you in trouble type of stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like it was like go to the beach. It was, they was going to work too, but I had gotten the opportunity to just kind of be normal for a little bit, like find a job, chill out a little bit, calm your nervous system down, all of that type of stuff. So that was like one of the best summers ever for me because it was probably one of the first times I'd ever gotten some of the greatest sleep, and I'll never forget it. That's what my uncle had to kind of remind me. They leave at like 3 o'clock in the morning because they had to travel. He was like, I know you're sleeping, but like when we get up, you get up. Because when I got here, I actually started sleeping like super good because I wasn't worried about nothing. And it was a different feeling to be in a house in the summer at the time, in a peaceful, chill, cool, quiet, relaxing space. And sitting down at the table, eating dinner type of stuff. Normal, we would call corny stuff. It was like family type stuff. And I don't think I can remember ever experiencing that to that level. So when I left Texas and came out here, my uncle and my aunt kind of put me in a whole different space. That summer was probably one of the dopest summers ever for me. Because, of course, again, I started meeting Cali girls out here, and I was a country boy on the block. So it was a little different. But I didn't have to be looking over my shoulder every chance I got. So that was
Yeah.
totally different for me. So I love that. I'll never forget that.
That's dope, man. I love that for you because I know, where you came from, what you've been
Right.
through, and for you to be able to have that type of rest, what I'm saying? Like read through that story. And a lot of people, if y'all are listening to that, like he was able to be removed from one set of circumstances and one
Right.
environment to an environment where he could actually sleep. You know what I'm saying? He could
Yeah.
actually rest. You didn't have to worry about watching your back. You didn't have to worry about something happening while you were asleep or somebody coming to your house and things of that nature. Like that's a different type of life, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So that transition, I can totally understand why that summer was, what I'm saying, pivotal in your life. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love that for you, bro. Love that for you.
Yeah.
All right. Trish Michelle, do you have any recollection of a summer that you would want to relive that was awesome?
Mm, well, most of my high school was that's probably where I got a lot of my trauma at or something. Because that's when my parents they split for a little bit. She was running around, she was then drugs and this and that. It was like a bunch of stuff involved. They moved. Uh so it was a lot that happened in like my high school. So summer, the probably ninth grade might have been like the best summer. After
Hmm.
that, I would hear my little sister and my little brother while my parents was figuring life out and all over the place. So and then it maybe by senior year, I had my own kid, but I was outside having fun at little house parties and stuff. But that's not how I had him or how it started or got there. Okay, so for the world out there. But so for me, it probably was before high school. The more innocent life was for me before it got to that level.
Right.
I just had a lot of fun outside and just like outdoors, the different outside, just hanging out with friends and where nothing mattered and everything was innocent and hanging out, going to my grandma's, going to my grandpa's. So I don't have a specific year, but I know it was for sure before high school, before things started getting more serious in my world.
Hmm. Right.
All right. Well, for me, it was definitely I had to think about this because it was close between the summer of '96 and the summer of '98. But I'm gonna go '98 because that was the summer after I graduated high school. And listen, like they say, when it was a movie, my God. It was like I did some of everything. I was all over the place. That's when my car became known because people was
Oh,
like, "Man, I see this car everywhere." Like it was a turquoise candy paint on the car, like with some chrome rims, and everybody's like, "Man, I see that car everywhere." Had the 12s in the trunk. Like
the
I
B.
was, yeah, hey man, I was all over the place, literally, like parties, because I had a cousin who was in college at the time, and so he knew all of the college parties and stuff like that for the summer. So, but he didn't have a car, but I had the car. I didn't have access to those college parties. So not
Right.
only was I going to to the high school parties, I was going to the college parties, and I wasn't even in college yet. So you know what I'm saying? Like that summer was amazing. And of course I was still working at Sears, so I had a job, I had some money, and then I got another job during the day. I was always on my grind as a kid. Not because I had to work, because my parents made great money. You know what I'm saying? They provided a great living for us, but I always wanted my own money. So your boy had a full-time job. Shout out to
Mm,
Vartech Technologies in Lancaster. I worked there from 8 to 5, and then I worked at Sears from 6 to 9 some days during the week. You know, because you only supposed to be working part-time, right?
yeah, as
As a
a
teenager.
teenager. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
you was
got
making
that
this
job.
money as a teenager.
But I got that job at Vartech after I turned 18, so I could work full time, like during
Right.
that summer. So I was maybe making 500 a week from Vartech, and then like maybe from Sears, maybe making like 250. So 750 a week for 18-year
18-year
old
old. Oh
with
yeah.
no bills. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that's pretty nice.
I was
Yeah.
living it up. Like I was living it up out here. So I
Mhm.
can't I can't lie to you. And anybody who was around me at that time, y'all know I am not lying. If they was around me at that time, they know they had a good time. We all enjoyed that summer of 1998. It was literally a movie. And if we
Yeah.
could make a
Hey,
movie about it, it would be very, very dope. I'm
Hey,
telling you.
okay.
always put that in an ebook.
Hey man, I might have to do something like that, man, because that summer involved so many characters, so many people I met and I'm still around today. Those relationships were, what I'm saying, cemented during that summer, what I'm
Right.
saying, because of work and because of, just people that I've been around because the job that I had during the day, I met, you were in there working in like the little call center with like grown folks. You know what I'm saying? So you met grown folks, you met cool, OGs at the job, you met grown women. Like it was
Hmm.
crazy. It was crazy, but that summer of '98, and of course, we already talked about the music, but the music, the summer of '98. 96
Banging.
was dope. 98 was crazy too. So
Yeah.
go back, do your Googles. That was the year that DMX put 2 albums out in 1 year.
At the
So
same
that
time.
says a
Yeah.
lot. That says a lot. So yeah, man. I always have fun
Ooh, this
thinking
education
about
over hill. Oh yeah.
that too. So I always have fun. That album means a lot to me for a whole nother reason, but that's another conversation. But reliving, childhood summers and the fun that we used to have is very, very cool. And I love talking to my kids about it because, it meant a lot. And I want them to experience some of these same things and have fun. So, I try to encourage them to get out and do stuff. And even as, grown men now, I want them to still have experiences that they may not have had yet. So to me, even though they're grown, they're still my babies. So I'm
Yeah.
still going to do
Yeah.
certain things and provide certain things and encourage certain things in their lives. So, I want them to still have fun. I want them to still enjoy themselves. But, I told my youngest son, hey, your fun's about to change
Yeah.
because you're about to be a dad. So,
Yeah.
that fun is going, you can have some fun, but your fun,
Not as much. Yeah.
your fun ain't gonna be
Priority
priority
shifting.
no more. Yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah,
Welcome to the world of where you aren't much of a priority anymore. Neither your kid is,
yeah. So
and the lady you got. So
Yeah.
top tier.
So so hey man, life happens, transitions happen, and that's just part of the deal. But I appreciate my experiences and my upbringing and my experiences that I had for summer, and for so summer 26 is here. uh,
Yeah.
and we're looking forward to great things happening. Like I said again, this month is African American Music Appreciation Month, so appreciate some African American artists and music. And you know what? I'm gonna challenge all of y'all to listen to something that you wouldn't usually listen to. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I go to Apple Music every Friday when they have new music released, And sometimes I just go through there and listen to stuff that I wouldn't usually listen to. And you'd be surprised at some of the things that you might find interesting, and you might start liking some new artists that you ain't never heard of before. So,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
Expand your palette, man. Shout out to the folks that still listening to 90s music. I don't knock you, but
Still at the top of the charts. Got
yeah,
to
you
listen
can't
to the
you,
90s
you,
music.
you can't be trapped in the 90s all your life. You know what I'm saying? Give some other things a listen.
Yeah,
You
you gotta
you'd be
have a
surprised. You'd be
razzle
Get
surprised.
that.
dazzle,
Yeah.
but still check out what's new.
Yeah.
90s
It's
ain't never gonna go nowhere.
it's
Nah.
funny how relevant a lot of Pac's music is at this particular point in time. It's crazy when you go back and listen to some of the stuff that he wrote. It's crazy.
Well, you got to take into context too. It's relevant to you because you listen to it, right?
Right.
So for
Right.
kids now that listen to the stuff that he was talking about, it's gonna sound crazy and it might
Right.
sound dated to a lot of them because they not on
Right.
that level yet, right?
Right.
But if they keep living, they'll be able to glean some more and more information from the things that he talked about because a lot of that stuff wasn't dated. It wasn't for that time period. It was for life. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It was like just about living. So you would understand it. That's still my dad was talking about Michael Jackson's "Man in the Mirror." Right when you listen to it as a kid, it didn't mean
Sound
too
like a good
much.
song, just a good song. It didn't mean
Yeah,
much.
but
Yeah.
you listen to it now as an adult,
The lyrics
man,
hit different.
them lyrics gonna hit you different because that's what it really boils down to
Yeah, for
is the
sure.
issues that you have in life and everything that's going on. You can blame whoever you want to blame, but when you get up every day and you look at that person staring you in the mirror, that's where it all starts. So,
Facts.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's a fact.
So you want change, look at that person in the mirror. That's
Hmm.
where the change is gonna start. All right. So before we get up out of here, we gotta let the people know some. Trish Michelle, let the people know something and let them know where to find you because they're looking at you.
Well, get your kids outside, okay? Take the devices. Take them off of the devices for just a little bit each day,
Just,
please.
just a little
Make
bit.
them go in the backyard, make them go in the front yard. I don't know. If they don't know one kid in their neighborhood, that's the problem. Like,
Right.
go outside. Like, okay, do something. Even if it's they're each other's friend in the neighborhood, that's fine too. But just go outside, get out of the house, get some vitamin D, some fresh air, go scrape up your ankle or your leg, go do something. Like,
Right.
go have some fun and experience the world outside of the stupid electronics because what's on those electronics is going to still be there too. Okay, so do something with them, create some memories, go outside with them, get them a new little electric scooter, something like let them do something like go have some fun, live a little.
Right.
Where
Yeah.
you could find me, Trisha Michelle underscore TM everywhere. I forgot who I was for like 2 seconds, I guess. Um, and then the Fiyah Session, of course, because you know. Oh, and also, if you following me in any type of way, my daughter is selling cookies, so she wants folks to know that they are also mailed and shipped to locations. Raya Sweets on Instagram.
I gotta check
Yeah,
her out.
get your cookies. They fire. She wanted me to
Gotta
shout her
check
out,
it out.
so she whispering
All
in
right.
my ear.
I gotta check her out. I gotta check her out. I gotta buy. I gotta buy. I gotta buy.
You
I
know
gotta
you
buy.
do. You know,
I
got
gotta
you.
buy. I gotta buy. I gotta buy.
Facts, facts, facts. Well, yeah. We definitely got to support the youngin, and definitely got to check out the treats so we can, what I'm saying, share our experiences with the world and let them know they for real. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we
Facts.
all about. We all about supporting people, but
Yes,
we
sir.
want to tell you the solid truth. We want to partake in these things and then be able to tell you they for real.
Yeah.
For real, for real. So, all right, we appreciate you, Trisha Michelle. Per the usual, Benji Banks, the man, the brand. Talk to the people.
Man, the kids is about to be out of school, so we got the little graduation joints and stuff pulling up, and I'm proud of the babies. You know what I'm saying? Let your kids know that you're proud of them. You know what I'm saying? Create spaces for them. You know what I'm saying, to be successful. Things are a little wild and wonky, as you know. Probably seem like it's a little bit wild and wonkier than it ever been. But Earth has always been a wild place. So, but celebrate them kids, man. Celebrate them. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you give them that confidence as they get ready to go to that next level in their life and support them there. I'm about to choke somehow, some way. I don't know how. But yeah, make that happen, man. I don't know. It just hit me out of nowhere. So it's Ken's fault, I think. Whatever it is. But yeah, man. Just support them babies, man. Like they gonna need that. They gonna need that. Things is a little crazy out here. But y'all know where to find me. Listen, man. We got everything for you. We like a shotgun shell, okay? When it explode, we got everything for you. You just gotta pull up on me. Come by the shop, come by the restaurant, come by here, come by whatever. We got something for you. So you know where to find me. So Benji Banks. So ain't hard to find.
I got real tears coming. Oh my God.
Man.
Every time I try to stop laughing, kids still rolling, so I can't stop.
Literally, I don't know. I'm gonna choke myself to death.
God struck you down in mid sentence and said,
That's what happens when people get old. They just start choking out of nowhere.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, that was
hey,
milk.
That was hilarious. You get that
No,
much some milk.
Merc.
Merc with the can Merc.
Oh man.
Oh man, that's hilarious. The powder Merc.
Oh man. All right, y'all. This has been an amazing episode, man. Talking about a lot of good memories, man. Just make sure that you're making memories with your own kids and your family, man. Because the memories that you have and the things that you hold dear to your heart, you want to give them the same experiences. You want to give them something that they can tell their kids about, something that they can talk about when they become adults, and something that they experienced that was great in their childhoods. So let the children be children, man. Show them you love them, show them you appreciate them, and like Benji said,
Facts.
tell them you're proud of them, man. I told my youngest son the other day, just out the blue, I'm proud of you, man, because I know sometimes in his life right now, lots about to change, a lot's about to be totally different. He needs to know that he has my full support as his dad, and that I'm proud of him. So just sometimes tell him you love him, tell him you're proud of him. You know what I'm saying? Just let them know that. Don't just assume that they know that and that they understand that. Tell them. You know what I'm saying? Verbalize it. Hug them, especially the guys out here. Hug your sons, man. Hug your sons, man. Show them that you love them too. Just as well as your young ladies, because a lot of these young ladies do stuff because they don't have the love of their dad, and they look for the love in these dudes out here. And so we gotta step our game up, man. Make sure we're solid, so we can make sure we produce solid kids and solid product for the society as a whole. But you already know, you've been rocking with Trish Michelle, Benji Banks, and Big Ken, the Fiyah Session. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe on all social media platforms so you don't miss the next session. And remember, if it didn't challenge you, it didn't change you. Until next time, keep your energy high and keep your circle solid, and don't choke. Stay lit. It's the Fiyah Session. Peace.